Hi, I'm Abby Forero-Hilty, proud co-author, editor, and publisher of this book, Decoding Our Origins, The Lived Experiences of Colombian Adoptees. As you're about to read the book, I'm sure you have many questions. In this video, I'd like to address three main questions. Number one, what's unique about this book? Number two, if I'm not adopted, will I be able to relate to this book? And number three, what does Decoding Our Origins have to do with social justice? Question one, what is so unique about this book? Though adoption literature has a long history, Decoding Our Origins is still one of the few books on the market that is written completely by adoptees and that presents their lived experiences, as opposed to the many books written from the perspective of adoptive parents. Decoding Our Origins also challenges the mainstream perception that adoption is a win-win-win situation. The adoptive parents win by gaining a child. The first mother wins by having someone else raise her child when she cannot, and the child wins by getting a new family. However, for adoption to take place, it means that a child had to lose, at the very minimum, her mother and father, and that a mother had to lose her child. This and other factors makes adoption anything but an easy win-win-win situation. Finally, Decoding Our Origins is unique in that all of the authors were born in the same country, Colombia, and yet collectively we all grew up across three different continents, North America, Europe, and Africa. And then we all met via the social media website Facebook. So it's quite a modern internet book, if you will. In fact, to date, I've only had the privilege of meeting three of the co-authors in person. Question number two, how will I be able to relate to this book if I'm not adopted? The situations, experiences, and feelings presented by the authors throughout the book center around things that everyone can relate to, namely family, language, cultural connections, home, and the desire to fit in and be considered part of a group. Everyone has been the new person at school, at work, or in a social situation, and therefore everyone has experienced what it feels like to be a little bit nervous, afraid, or perhaps uncomfortable with their new surroundings. When you read Decoding Our Origins, you will see this situation played out on a giant scale. Within the span of a few days to a few years, all of the authors in Decoding Our Origins lost their mother, father, brothers, sisters, entire family, their language, their culture, their home, and their continent, and had to cope with living in an entirely new environment. And the final question, what does Decoding Our Origins have to do with social justice? The authors in this book, for the most part, do not have the means to go after legal justice for having been removed from their families, in some cases illegally, because we are not police officers or lawyers or judges, nor do we have the political clout or money to prosecute those who forged our birth certificates and who erased our identities. But by telling our truths and letting the world know that we were first victims, then survivors, and now activists, we are denouncing the perpetrators to the world. We are showing people that we will not be silenced. By working together, we are healing our wounds together, something like group therapy. By using all profits from Decoding Our Origins to buy DNA kits for Colombian first mothers and for Colombian adoptees, we are hoping to reunite families. We are hoping to help people who have been turned away by the Colombian government when they request to search for their families. By reuniting our families, social justice will be served. So I humbly thank you for buying and for reading Decoding Our Origins. Thank you.